Hey guys, Frank here from Preston, Melbourne, Australia. Just doing a response to a thread that Rob Walker put up, I don't know, last week or something like that. So I'll just put it up. I've only got 25 subscribers, so that's probably about the only amount of people that'll be watching this anyway. So yeah, I'll just go 30 12-inch singles. He said, well, yeah, I've got a few, but yeah, I'll just give you show you what I've got. Anyway, so I'll start off with this one here. 30 12-inch singles. I could actually, I've got 40 Underworld 12-inch singles, so I could just show you my collection of them if you want, but I think I'll just stick to one. Anyway, I've got here, this is just a copy of the 1994 classic by Underworld Cowgirl. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant stuff. There you go. So, yeah, number one. All right. Next, this is a bit of an old classic, 1990, and this is my definition my definition of a bombastic jazz style by the Dream Warriors. Yeah, this was a bit of a novelty hit back in the day, and yeah, it's not a bad song. So yeah, there you go. All right, next up, here we go. These bloody legends. We've got Chemical Brothers, Electro Blank, Electro Bank, 1997 from the Dig Your Own Hole album. Yeah, awesome stuff. Great. Okay. Next up, we've got a local band from Melbourne here, and they released this last year. Great, great stuff. A band called Glass Beams, and the album's called Mahal, and it's sort of, this Eastern sort of beat feel. It's hard to describe it. It's just great stuff. Really, really good stuff. Yeah, it's well worth checking them out. Have a look on YouTube for a couple of their videos. Good stuff. All right. Yeah. Glass Beams. All right, next, this 1985 from these legends, Butthole Surfers. You know, great title for this. It's called From the Socket, no, Green Corn from the Socket of Davis. Yeah, 1995. Great cover as always. Yeah, Buttholes. All right, next, another local album. And this is probably one of my favourite songs of hers. This is Courtney Barnett and a song called Kim's Caravan. It's off the Sometimes I Sit and Think album from 2005. God, it's unbelievable. To think that it's already 10 years. No, not 2000. 2015, not 2005. Sorry. So, yeah, just think this is already 10 years old. But yeah, great, great song. Awesome song. All right, next, we've got another Melbourne guy, or not Melbourne, but Victorian guy. And this is the 1990 Nick Barker. His classic, The Weeping Song. Yeah, yeah, this is a good one. There you go. Big Cave. Yep. All right. Okay. Next, here we've got 1985. We've got the Grace Jones, Slave of the Rhythm. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. There you go. All right. Okay. And here we go. Yeah, this is an EP, sort of like a little greatest hits EP by XTC. XTC, yeah, and it's called The Mayor of Simpleton, and it's got 4 songs on here, but 3 of them are probably their best known songs here in Australia. Dear God, Senses Working Overtime, and Making Plans for Nigel. But yeah, good stuff. Yeah, XTC. All right, who we got next? Here we go. These are one of my favourite bands from our country. Here we got a band called Eddie Current Suppression Ring. This is was released in 2011. Yeah, it's got a couple of live tracks on here, but yeah, great stuff. Great band. Check them out. Yeah, one of the best bands to come out of this country. Awesome. Okay, next we've got this grunge classic, 1994 Soundgarden, Spoon Man. This is a seafood dish. This one, yeah. Yeah. There you go, Spoon Man. Doesn't get much better than that. All right. Okay. Oh, we got another. I know I said Eddie Current's one of my favorite. This is my other favorite band from this country, and I've spoken to them quite a bit before in various other videos. But it's King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Yeah, in this EP, it's called Hot Black Soup or Black Hot Soup. It's off the Butterfly 3000 album, 3001 or whatever it's called. And this is a 12-inch single, and it's been remixed by DJ Shadow. And it's, yeah, brilliant, brilliant version. Yeah, check it out on YouTube. Awesome video. And yeah, great song, great song. Yeah, King Gizzard. All right. Next up is this 1987 Peel Session EP, Joy Division. Yeah, and this is got four tracks on it. One of which is Love Will Tear Us Apart. Yeah, 24 Hours, Colony, and Sound of Music. Yeah, great. You know, if it's got Peel written on there, you know it's going to be good. Yeah, the Peel Session, Joy Division. All right, here we go. Going back to '93 now. We've got Bjork. Bjork. Um, Human Behavior. This is off her 1993 debut album, the title debut. Yeah, great song. Yeah, Bjork. Okay, here we go. Well, one of my, I think it was probably the oldest one I've got. 1978. We've got the Punk Prayer. It's basically Sex Pistols, and they've recruited Ronnie Biggs, who was a famous, train robber from the 50s, I think it was, and who sort of moved to Brazil to escape the English authorities. And the Pistols recorded a song with him. Yeah, yeah. So it's it. Yeah, the album's a bit tattered. Yeah, and the B side, it's got Sid Vicious "My Way" on it. Yeah, so yeah, Punk Prayer. Okay, next we've got 1986. We've got Iggy, Real Wild Child. It's actually a cover from an Australian artist called Johnny O'Keefe. I think it was a 50s or 60s song. Yeah, Real Wild Child. It's off the Blah 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 album, 1986. Yeah, there you go. All right, next along, we've got this classic here, Cheetah by the Aphex Twin. Now, this was released in 2016, and it's basically, got four different versions of the song Cheetah on it, and another song called Kirkland. But yeah, there you go. Aphex Twin. Anyway, yeah, here we go for another Australian classic, 1985. We've got the Lime Spiders, Slave Girl. Yeah, classic song. Classic song. Great. Yeah, yeah. The Lime Spiders. Actually, no Mick Blood. Yeah, the singer of this band. Yeah, but there you go. Lime Spiders. All right, moving right along. One of Melbourne's queens of rock. We've got Magic Dirt. Life Was Better. This is their very first EP. It was released in 1994. This is a I don't know, 2020 reissue. But yeah, great stuff. Absolutely awesome. I remember seeing them tour this back in the day. I can't believe it's over 30 years ago. But yeah, yeah, Magic Dirt. All right, moving on. I suppose you always have to put one of these guys' EPs in here, but I've got The Pixies. Yeah. 1990. Gig for Fire. Off the Bossa Nova album. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Okay, and moving along, we'll go to another sort of electronic album here. And this is by an outfit, a duo, two guys called the Boards of Canada. They're English, but yeah, Boards of Canada. This is 2013, the Trans Canada Highway, and this has got a song on it. The main song is called Day Van Cowboy. Absolute killer song, killer song. Yeah, great little EP. This one, awesome, awesome. All right, here we go. There we go. The old English French sort of band, Stereolab, Miss Modular. Yeah, one of my favourite songs of theirs. It's the 1997 track, Dots and Loops album. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. Miss Modular. Okay, France. That was half France, and this one here. This is a French guy, multi-instrumentalist, DJ guy. He's put out about 8 or 9 albums. A guy called Chris Joss. You have to check him out. He is just absolutely sensational, funky, just amazing. I discovered him through Thievery Corporation. This is actually off their label. Their what's it called? Um, yeah, I can't remember what their label. ESL. That's their label. But yeah, and this is a song called Disco Dancing, Discotheque Dancing, and it's off his first album called Spiked, which is awesome album. Absolutely love to get it, but it just costs so much, to find a copy of it. But yeah, really good stuff. Chris Joss. All right, next up, we need a bit of Al Yorkson, Ministry's Al Yorkson and his little side project, The Revolting Cocks, and this is cracking up. Yeah, always good for a little bit of a laugh. Yeah, cracking up. There you go. All right, next we've got one of Australian's legends. He passed away a few years back, but a guy called Chris Wilson. There's Chris Wilson and the Crown of Thorns. This guy was just unbelievable. He was a harmonica player, but his vocals were just brilliant as well. Yeah, and this is an EP they released. When did they put this out? They put this out in 1987. And it's got one of the best titles for an album, I reckon, too. It's Gnawing on the Bones of Elvis. Yeah, 1987, Crown of Thorns. Okay, next. I always sort of include a Neil album, but yeah, had to put this one in here. This is his 1989 EP El Dorado. Initially, this was only released in Australia and Japan, so it was worth a few bucks for a while, but now it's been reissued. But absolutely brilliant, brilliant stuff. This is heavy. It's really good, sort of leading into his, rugged glory days almost. But yeah, this is really, really good. Awesome. 5 tracks. Awesome stuff. Fantastic. All right, next up, we got this fella, the old Lee Scratch Perry. Um, and this is I Got the Groove, 1990. Yes, can't beat this fella. Great, great stuff. Yeah, Lee Scratch Perry, yeah. Okay, next. It's always a bit of a toe tapper in its day. KLF, Justified and Ancient. Great, great song. It was released back in '91 off the White Room album, and this is they sing with Tammy Wynette on this. Yeah, just sensational stuff. Sensational. All right, and next up, this is another old classic. I remember when this was released. I can't believe it's 40 years ago now. But yep, Devo. Devo Live, 1985. It's got about 5, 6 tracks on here. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. Devo. Devo. And last, I probably kept my favourite out of all of these to last. and this is Bob Mold's Sugar, 1993, this EP, and this is just unbelievably good. They are so good. This is just, this was released soon after Shocker, Copper Blue. Awesome album, awesome album. But this is just, you just can't beat it. Great stuff. All right, so that's my 30. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully it's lasted this long. Speak to you soon. No worries. Catch you later, guys.